Welcome into the live desk. I am Janae Hancock, and here with me is Nick Chabarria with AAA. Nick, thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk once again. 4th of July is not too far away. In fact, it is next Friday. I know that travelers are expected to break yet another record. Just how many people are set to travel this time?
Yeah, it seems like we were just here talking about Memorial Day travel to start the summer, and here we are already talking about 4th of July. Similar to Memorial Day, and really similar to some of the past major holiday travel forecasts that AAA has been looking at, we're expecting to see another record number of travelers for the upcoming Independence Day holiday week. And we're looking at about 72.2 million travelers nationwide, with the vast majority of folks, about 61.5 million, going by car, another close to 6 million flying. Both of those modes of transportation setting records as well for the 4th of July holiday.
You know what, Nick? I do want to touch on this. You said 61.6 million people traveling by car. Here in our area, that's 4.4 million people traveling by car. And with the U.S. striking Iran over the weekend and the tensions there, I do want to speak directly to gas prices and what people can expect as they prepare to hit the roads this weekend or in the coming days following.
Yeah, well, that certainly, the strike on Iran over the weekend, certainly caused some concern in the oil and gas markets. Iran is a major producer of oil globally, as well as a lot of oil transportation goes through Iran or near Iran. And really, the message for drivers right now is, at this moment, we're not seeing a major impact to gas prices. The potential is certainly there in the coming days and later in the week as we head closer to the holiday, that oil could spike. However, gas prices as it stands today are still close to about 20 cents cheaper than where we were this time last year across Missouri. So again, it's a very fluid situation. We know that oil is a globally traded commodity, so even geopolitical events across the globe can impact what we pay at our local gas station right here at home. We can certainly expect some fluctuation in price as things may intensify in the Middle East. However, as it currently stands, drivers are still seeing some year-over-year savings at their local pumps.
I mean, obviously, a huge concern there. You said that as we get closer to the holiday, the 4th of July holiday, prices could start to surge. So, what is your advice to travelers right now? What should they be doing ahead of that?
Well, again, really kind of monitor prices around your, home or your work. We always recommend shopping around for the cheapest price. We know prices could, differ by maybe 5 or 10 cents, even within in the same area at local gas stations. So shop for the cheapest price, and then also really, it's a good time to remember to keep up with your regular maintenance on your vehicle, getting the oil changed at regular intervals, getting your tires rotated, making sure your tires are properly inflated. That's all going to make sure that your vehicle is running as efficient as possible, and maybe help you save a little bit, especially over the course of a long road trip.
Always very important. Let's also touch on the best and worst times to get on the roads. I know Saturday is expected to be the busiest, so let's kind of go from there.
Yeah, it's interesting with the fourth falling on a Friday this year. AAA really expects travel to be spread out over the course of the weekend before and then throughout the week. Saturday, June 28th, expected to be one of the busiest travel days, as well as even Wednesday on July 2nd. No matter when you're leaving, the earlier in the morning you can leave, the better. That's the case for all of our major travel holidays. We typically see some of the heaviest congestion, especially around those major metro areas where you see traffic regardless. That's only exacerbated because of the amount of travelers out for the holiday. The earlier you can leave in the morning, the better to head out to your destination. Avoid some of those major metro areas. Really in the early afternoon to early evening hours, say from noon, to about 6 or 7 p.m. That's when we can see, traffic really spike. So, again, if you have a little bit of flexibility, maybe leaving on Monday, Tuesday, and even coming back on Saturday on the 5th may help you avoid some of the major rush out on the roads.
Yeah, you definitely want to work around the best and worst times to be on the roads. Let's go back to air travel. What advice do you have for people that will be taking to the skies this holiday season?
Yeah, well, like road trips, air travel is expected to set a record for the 4th of July holiday weekend. We're looking at about a 1.5% increase from last year. So airport's going to be busy. Again, our recommendation: get there early, at least 2 hours before domestic flights, 3 hours before international flights, and make sure you have all necessary documentation. If you don't have a real ID yet, to expect security screening to take a little bit longer. If you have a passport, that could take the place of not having real ID. So again, just give yourself plenty of time. Anticipate that increased volume, especially on some of those popular travel days, and especially in those afternoon hours when people like to take flights.
Make sure you have the right documentation. That is a very important note, especially if you're going to be heading to the airport. Nick Chabarria, it is always a pleasure to have you with me here at the live desk because, as I always say, it means a holiday is not too far away. So we'll be sure to chat for the next holiday. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hope
For
everyone
our
has a safe and enjoyable fourth.
Yes, be very careful. Have a safe 4th of July. And again, if you were just now joining us, you joined us just a tad bit late. AAA projects 72.2 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home over the Independence Day holiday period, starting Saturday, June 28th to Sunday, July 6th.